Hey guys, welcome back to another one. In this video, we're going to talk about United Wholesale Mortgage and their news that they're going to start accepting Bitcoin as mortgage payments, which is actually very exciting news. And if you're interested in this content, make sure that you like and subscribe this video. I come out with videos daily about this type of content. So let's get into it. The second largest U.S. mortgage lender will accept payment in Bitcoin. Super exciting and super bullish news. And at the end of the video, we'll walk step by step through the numbers, why this is so beneficial for the mortgage company, not so beneficial for people who are willing to pay in Bitcoin, but we'll get into that. So starting later this year, U.S. home buyers will have the option to pay for their mortgage in Bitcoin. United Wholesale Mortgage, it's a public company, announced its plans earlier. So essentially, the CEO said, we evaluated the feasibility and we're looking forward to being the first mortgage company in America to accept cryptocurrency. And they're hoping that sometime in Q3, so sometime in this current quarter, that they can start receiving Bitcoin as payments. And the more exciting thing, I looked into a little bit. Bitcoin was the initial push that they talked about in the quarterly release, but they also are willing to accept Ethereum. They did mention that one, and other cryptocurrencies. So Ethereum might be on the chopping block as well. So who are these guys? United Wholesale Mortgage. Like I said, they're the second largest mortgage lender in the United States. And if we check them out, the About Us, it kind of walks through who they are, what they've done. So they are the first largest wholesale mortgage lender, and slight differences between wholesale mortgage lenders, but don't necessarily have to get into that for this video. But it does mean that they do work with a lot of individuals and they have a lot of throughput. So if we look into their filings, their quarterly filings with the SEC, well, first here's a quick infographic with some numbers so you guys can kind of check out what they're doing. So origination volume is 59.2 billion, which is up from last year, and then purchase origination is 24.1 billion. Once again, way up since last year with the 6.2 billion. And then I do go into the quarterly filings, and in particular, the main thing I wanted to laser focus on is the revenue. So the loan production revenue in particular, because that is what people potentially would be paying for with cryptocurrency. So this is the most recent quarterly earnings report. If we check out the revenue line, and we can see for the 3 months ending in June 30th, it was essentially 479,000, and these amounts are in thousands, so that's 479 million, and then which is slightly down from last year. We could dig into this quarterly earnings to see exactly why that is, but I think there was a huge boom last year, even though everyone thought it would crash because of COVID. And then for the 6 months ending, we could see that it is up. So even though the last quarter was down from last year, the last 6 months, so the first half of the year essentially, was up overall this year from last year. So that gives us a quick little snapshot. But I think another important number to look at is this is the annual report from all of 2020. So now that we're in 2021, this one will come out in 2022, the annual report for what happened in the year 2021. And I think this is a little bit better of a picture because this number, it kind of varies. So there might be a trend of more people purchasing houses in the second half of the year than the first half of the year. So that's why I kind of wanted to look at the annual report to get the best look. So once again, laser focused on the revenue lines and loan production income, because once again, that is what people would be paying for potentially in cryptocurrency. And it looks like the number is, once again, these are in thousands. So this would be $4.5 billion essentially, which is up substantially from 2019. So it's nice to see that there is a steady growth over time. And hopefully 2021, we would like to see, 5 or 6 billion for what's happening throughout this year. Why is this important? Because of what Fidelity and all of these other major companies suggest that the price of Bitcoin could be in the future. They suggest that the price of Bitcoin could rise to $100 million. And this wouldn't happen until 2035. And they are following this chart essentially, which has been out for a while, but it has been a pretty good indicator so far, and it's followed it quite well. So why is this important? We'll get into that right now. So the annual revenue, like we said, for 2020 was 4.5 billion. So if we look at that, and I'm just estimating 1% of people would pay with Bitcoin. Unfortunately, I think people should hold on to their Bitcoin, especially with reports like that. But let's just say, people want to have fun because they still don't understand what Bitcoin is. And it's still, we're still early, guys. So they're like, sure, let me pay my mortgage with this volatile asset. And 1% of all of the members in the United States second largest mortgage company does it. So that's $45 million essentially that United Wholesale Mortgage would receive in Bitcoin payments. So with the assumptions of Fidelity that by 2038, Bitcoin would climb to $100 million, and I'm using the price estimate of $50,000, even though Bitcoin is slightly below that right now. That is a 2,000x from its current price. So 50 times 2,000 would get you that 100 million price range that Fidelity is estimating by 2035. And essentially what that is, guys, $45 million, which is that 1% just from this year alone or next year alone, times $2,000. So by 2035, they would have $90 billion of profit, assuming that they didn't sell, exchange, or convert it to fiat currency. If it was just sitting in an account, a piggy bank, that's $90 billion that they would have just for one single year. So if that were to happen year after year after year, this company could easily become a $1 trillion mortgage company. And that is why a lot of people are bullish on this, including myself, that the second largest U.S. mortgage lender will accept payment in Bitcoin. So what do you guys think of this? Do you think a lot of people are willing to pay in Bitcoin, or do you think everyone is just going to hodl their Bitcoin? Let me know in the comments below. And like I said, if you made it this far, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.